Kia ora viewers, and welcome to October's Earth Predictions reading. Thank you for tuning in with me. We will start with the first card that's arrived, which is the Beast card. Now often I refer to this card as being underground energy issues such as volcanic or fire related issues, or being trapped under something, and as well as underground movement. Could be quake related activity or something that pops up that we're not aware of, so maybe even volcanic issues in the sea that we've had during the year of 2014. We've seen 2 or 3 new islands being made. And the other issue that can pop up with this is that the beast I often think of as being some sort of political or leader of a country, or maybe even a religion that isn't particularly popular around the planet. So someone who has an egotistical or fiery or damaging perspective to them, and this person could be quite active or moving forward or doing something that occurs in the public presence in the month of October. I often think of North Korea when this card comes out, and other communist parties or activities, and also other side related religious groups that we could think of, such as the ISIL group at the moment. So it feels as though there's energy and movement or some sort of activity around them for the month of October. Now the next card that arrived is the total opposite of that one, which is probably quite good. It's the Peace card. Although maybe I take my words back when I say it. It is a beautiful card to look at, and it should embrace the feelings of peace. And if we all think of that, then we put that energetic vibration out, which is a very good place for us all to be, and it's a good vibration to put out. However, I have found in the past that the card generally doesn't denote peace, it denotes the opposite. So more warring factions, which in fact does tie into the Beast card previously seen. So the Peace card often means lack of peace, so we could see a resurgence of some sort of warring energies or hostilities around the planet for October. We're certainly in a very tumultuous place with all this global terrorism that is ongoing and creating more and more disruption to our daily lives at a very negative and base level. So I think that's going to continue on with great furore. The other thing that the Peace card indicates, as you can see here, is this light coming down from the sun. So I think of solar activities, and of course if we look into the energies of October, we know that we have 2 eclipses. One is a solar eclipse and one is a lunar eclipse, and they're both positioned in very powerful aspects astrologically. So they will have a deep impact for a lot of people on the planet. And the other thing that the card also gives off is just energy of planets, so other planets as well, and planet lineups and solar activity such as CMEs or flares or ejecta, or some other reason why we're watching activity around our sun and our planets. The next card that arrived is the Work card, and it's arrived upside down. Now I don't think I've ever had a card arrive upside down before, so I'm unsure as to its particular meaning. So this is quite a test for us in this particular reading to see what this card is going to actually denote and where it's going to head. I often say for the Work card that those wheels seem like clocks or wheels of time. So I think of time, and I think of astrological issues and cycles along those sort of thoughts. I also think of large vehicles because they look like engines as well. So I think of all the big large vehicles around the earth, such as boats, ships, trains, planes, buses, things that ship a lot of people around. There could be large incidents to do with them. And as for the card being turned upside down, I haven't got a definitive answer on that. I haven't been able to figure it out, but it must be significant. And if we look at tarot cards, for instance, when you get an upturned card, it usually means that there is an energetic block, or it turns things on its head, if you like. So the energies are reversed somehow. So we really do need to watch out for October and see what's coming. The next card that arrived is the skills card. And again, I often say this is warring, because it's the suit of war. It's arrows, a bow and arrow, the fighting energy. So October feels as though there's a little bit of increase in fighting or along those types of thoughts. And the other aspect I think of with the skills card, again, we've got lots of this for the month as well, is that looking up into space and things coming from space or falling from, such as meteorites or asteroids, which we did have in September, could be more in October, planetary issues, space technology, putting things up into space, or issues to do with our space technology, and anything that has to do with our planets and the space and the sky and things coming from it or falling from it in particular. And the next card that arrived is the beauty card. I think that probably should have arrived for September, because I often say it can really specify energies of woman in and around the UK. And of course Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, I think it is, has announced her second pregnancy. I had actually felt that quite a few months ago, that she would have a pregnancy, and I think it might be a girl. But it's those type of energies too that we can pick up with this card. So there could be another issue in or around famous people or politicians, female related, in and around that UK or Europe or older part of the globe area. And it can often be them coming to the news in a way you wouldn't normally expect. The last card that arrived is the Sun card. It's a beautiful card to look at, and it does give off a happy vibration, and these are children down here celebrating. So I think of some sort of big celebrations, and then I think, of course, for the Northern Hemisphere, or for America in particular, in Canada, you celebrate Halloween on quite a big scale. So there's possibly the celebrations around of some sort, grouping together and fun. And as well, we come back to the sun, and look how bright it's shining and those big rays it's putting out. So come back to my initial thought that there are a lot of cards in the reading that relate to planets and space and the sun and activities around it. And often what we see in the front of this card, these crops here, I think of that there may be damage to crops at quite a large degree. So there could be a shortage of crops, there could be crops damaged in storm related issues. And often if we look at this card, it relates to that harvest type, which is up in autumn, which is the northern hemisphere part of the planet, as we're just coming into spring down here. So that's the cards that arrived for the reading, guys. It still looks a busy month, and it looks a busy astrological or space related month. Plenty going on in our skies. So we'll keep an eye to the sky and see how this reading pans out, and I thank you all for watching. The stone that I've placed in here for this month is the beautiful lapis lazulite, and also a little chip off the citrine of mine that's slowly falling apart. Just two stones that seem to want to come in for the reading. They're both quite strong protective stones actually, for good protection energy, so call on that anytime you like for the month of October. And thank you all for watching. I wish you all a happy, safe and successful October. Much aroha, kia kaha.